Hello everyone, it's 7 p.m. again for the third time, at least on Mondays, since 3 weeks, and I welcome all you on my third live stream regarding the game that I'm making, which is Shardpunk Verminfall, which you can see. Oh, you can't see it, you just can see some image. Where's the logo? Yeah, here's the logo in the of the game in the editor. Yeah, let's center it. It should be centered right now. Yeah, my name is Sławek, and I will be your host here on the this episode and all the future ones, I believe, regarding Shardpunk. Yeah, hello, Yellow Crusher. Nice to have you here. As usual, guys. If you encounter any issues, like technical issues, do let us know, and we'll be able to figure them out, hopefully. So, right, I believe that previously I went through the like I closed the gameplay loop for Shardpunk, at least in its current state, because guys do remember that this game is constantly changing. Hello Vexel. Nice to have you on the stream. So yeah, the game's changing, and it will be changing for another year or so, because the scheduled release date is set to 2022, right? So yeah, right now, as a guy who's making the game, I'm trying to make sure that all the pieces like click and stick together. So yeah, we went through the gameplay loop, and now let's take a look at some of the game's mechanics. I wanted to talk about characters' health. Yeah, like as one part of the game mechanics. So let's start the game. Let's start the build that the game is currently in. Like, this is the latest build, obviously. I'm running the development build. All right, so we have the start screen here. This is actually something new as well. Like I've redesigned the start screen, just included the latest key art image that we're using right now on Steam and GOG. Updated links here as well. Yeah, I'm basically preparing the next demo, guys. It will take time, like months, that's for sure, but we'll get there, and yeah, you'll get a chance of playing it. So let's start by creating a game with. What's important for me is to make sure that we have Rose on board, because she's the medic girl, and let's take the crazy one. All right, let's start the demo and see whether it loads. I'm pretty sure it will. I mean, I've checked it, so it's not like we'll be having any basic issues here. All right, so yeah, the game is here, and while we're at it, you can actually see the other thing that I'm working on right now, which are the tutorial system. Like, tutorials were present in the previous demos of Shardpunk as well, and I've kind of wanted to change the approach I have to displaying tutorial messages. I actually have, because I knew that this thing will appear here, I have the old demo playing here around. Yeah, that's the old demo with the old screen. Like, this is the latest demo which is available from like a year ago, and I'll just make sure that the tutorials are enabled. They are. This was back in the days when I was using more pixelated font for the UI, and there were more, like, the UI itself had more chrome to it. So yeah, I'm running the demo right now. Yeah, the intro screens are also present in the latest game. I've removed them for debugging purposes. All right, so that was the approach that we had to in the old game for tutorials. They were very, let's say, in your face. They were game-breaking tutorial type of things. Like game-breaking, not in a way that they break your game, right? But they simply make you stop and embrace them and read them. So yeah, and you had to go through the basics here as well. Obviously, I wanted to have the tutorial still because with the new demo, I wanted to be also as a, to be treated as a standalone thing, let's say, such as that people who will be downloading it will be able to basically run it and see uh, what's the see the how this game works and yeah, then go through there. The gaming couch. Hi, hello. You're asking about inspirations here for the tactical squad-based RPG. Pretty sure that there's one clear inspiration here, which is the new genre that we have for well a couple of years already. The new XCOM games, right? Which are pretty much we're like sharing the same idea for combat, turn-based combat and stuff, and cover and stuff. But yeah, if you're asking about what inspired me to do the tactical squad-based RPG, that would be like the easiest answer for me because I've played too much XCOM games in my life, including the old XCOM games from the 90s, and I like believe that the turn-based games have a certain something in them. It's like having more sophisticated board games that are just using your PC to compute all the rules that you as a board game player would have difficulties to process because there's so much of them. So yeah, that's mostly that's the shortest answer possible. XCOM, too much of it. Still, the whole vibe of the game and how the missions work are pretty much different or like entirely different. And then the pacing of XCOM games. So yeah, it was an inspiration just to make sure that I use the same approach. But then I took it to a different level, let's say. I'm not saying it like took it to the higher level because I'm not competing with the AAA studio, which I believe you can say that Firaxis is something like that, but still, yeah. I hope this answers your question, the gaming couch. If not, just ping me on the chat. I'm seeing it live here. Yep, tutorials. Okay, I just wanted to show you guys how the tutorials looked in the old version. And well, where's the new version though? I can't see my taskbar. And the new version will be pretty like compact, as you can see here. Thanks for the good words, Get the Gaming Couch. Hoping that you will stick around on the chat. So you can see here that like I've started the game and the game wanted to show me that there's a tutorial message for me, and it did. And it did it in a pretty silent way, right? It's only like displayed here. I can click it to see what the contents are, what the content is, or yeah, I'm not sure about my English here. And this is pretty convenient for both the player and me as a designer because this is not stopping the game. This approach is not stopping the game in any way, right? So, like in the where's the this game? Yeah, like this. In some cases, I would want to display maybe more than one tutorial message or something like that, and then I would have to remember about the fact that, well, I'm actually stopping action, or maybe when the first enemy actually gets appears, then I want to display something, and then I'm again giving this unskippable pop-up in the player's face. Still, of course, you can go to the options and disable it, and that was something that you guys, all the people who played the demo and gave me feedback about the game, I was pretty happy with the feedback, because you mentioned that it's a good thing that there's a way to disable the tutorials for the game, and there will be a way of doing so in the next demo. But still, or also, there will be Hello Harry stream. There will be an option to, well, basically have the tutorials and see that, well, they're not really intrusive, and you can view them, and then you go to the tutorial section, where you can browse the tutorials. As you can see, work in progress stuff. This is the welcome thing. This is the mission goals, which just appeared, and you can basically go out from here. The text disappears, and you can actually browse the tutorials by clicking the show tutorials button. Yep, it works. I was just working on it. I am working on it today. Well, I won't be working on it today anymore, because it's evening already. But you know what I mean, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you do. All right. There are some other things like saving and loading game options which are available here, which, well, I believe won't be the part of the demo, because the demo will basically not require you to it will not force you to save the game or reload, because it won't be longer than the previous one. But still, yeah, this is in game as well. All right, let's focus on the health. As you might be aware, the green bars are obviously the health bars. Yeah, so I can zoom on them. The second ones are the stress bars, and then we have the action points. Let's focus on the health. Let's talk about the health. This will be a healthy episode. So the guys actually have a lot of hit points already, and why is that? If I just started I've just started the game, and, well, that's good that you guys are asking the question, because the characters are starting on level 3 in the upcoming demo. I just wanted to make sure that you guys are able to experience some more skills. So yeah, that's why. And I did mention about the new approach to leveling the other day, which now gives you passive bonuses like maximum stress or maximum hit points automatically, where these are passive and you don't have to like explicitly choose the this kind of upgrade. So, like, previously there was the player had a choice whether they want to have, like, yeah, like this guy, like Mycroft. He had the armor shredding thing as a skill, or as an alternative, it would be a +1 HP or whatever thing. So you would have to choose it. Then I've decided to change it just to give the player more choice and skills instead, and make the hit point raising skills something that will be happening always when you level up. So that's why these guys have more hit points. Like this has only 6, 7. Yeah, Gideon is right now has 2 hit point gains on 2 consecutive levels, and yeah, Salas only have 1, but he's also more stress resistant because his stress is more maxed out. Okay, so how can we lose hit points? And obviously you know the answer. and I will try to make them lose some hit points. So I'm spawning some enemies because I don't want to run into them. And I will simply invoke the enemy's turn. Obviously, no tactics here on my side, just the rats are running around and dealing damage, and they were actually successful. And let's see. Alright, they've all focused on, well, all the shots on the Mycroft on was the most unlucky one. He got hit several times. Alright, so let's try to do something like about it. Let's try to kill some enemies. Or maybe expose ourselves a little more, like she's pretty exposed. Here, let's use the grenade to clear these one out. And let's add some more damage dealing enemies to actually increase the damage on dealt to our players. So I'm spawning the big rats here, or rat ogres, or like, you know, ogre like Shrek. Shrek guy, and let's see what happens right now. Alright, that was a point blank shot. These ones are repositioning themselves and they will try to... Alright, this one will try to shoot, and alright, now they're on a position, they should not be changing, so maybe they'll land some more shots. Alright, so we have two characters with not many hit points, and also Rose actually, yeah, he went, yeah, she's fully stressed right now because of all the shots, and she has acquired a negative trait, but we will not be talking about negative traits tonight. All right, so let's clear this area right now because our characters will soon be dead. So let's use a grenade to soften the armor of these, and use another. No, I don't have another grenade. Who has a grenade? Alright, this guy has a grenade, so let's try and clear this one out, and he's done. Yep, 2 down. And yeah, okay. So we're through. So now Mycroft is actually having some hit points which are not he took some damage, and she took some damage as well. Let's skip a turn and hope that no enemies will be spawned, and now let's use Rose to actually patch this guy up. I did talk about this briefly the last time, but I will just talk about it again. So Rose will be healing Mycroft. She's able to heal 3 to 4 HPs, which is more than if I would do the same thing the other way around, which is taking Mycroft and using the stim pack to heal, well, her or himself, 2 to 3 HPs, and yeah, and she had one more. That was because she has a trait. I'm going to the traits here, which is the medical training trait, which, well, yeah, that's basically the stuff that's written here. And I will heal the guy. Alright, so healing actually gave him more stress. So it basically makes sense when you think of it. If we believe that, like, they're healing themselves by taking these injections of adrenaline, it, you know, makes you go more like crazy. That's why the stress goes up. This is a change from the old way the game was played. I can't remember whether this was actually a thing in the old demo. Let's check the old demo. Is it still here? All right. Let's throw a grenade and let's hope that we don't kill ourselves. Everyone is still alive. Yep. And now, oh, you can see this. You can, well, can you see this? Obviously you can, because you're looking at the screen. Like, one of the character became stressed, and the old tutorials UI is already, you know, straight in your face. You need to read this stuff. But now I'll try to heal myself, and what will happen when I will try to heal myself? Will my stress level change? Like I have stress 6 out of 10, and let's inject it. It actually removed 1 stress point. Yep. And this is something that you guys actually also mentioned in the previous demo feedback, that basically Steam packs were becoming the stress reduction things instead of only being like health regeneration items. And that actually wasn't a good thing, because, well, I know that in the older demo, stress was more dangerous than in the conversion, because it was going up extremely fast and was giving you a hard time when it was actually maxed out, or even not maxed out. If it was like above the like the average, like the half, it would already be causing damage. Hello, Onyx. Yeah, we're talking about how taking like adrenaline injections can mess up with your happiness or stress level, and how this stuff evolved. So yeah, people were in the old demo, people were reporting that they were using Steam packs only to reduce their stress level, even if their hit points were already at maximum, which I thought, well, wasn't very fortunate, because I didn't like the way this played. So I actually decided to completely reverse it. And now when you are using a Steam pack, it increases your stress. Like this guy is already at 14 stress points, and well, yeah, the other thing, I can't use a Steam pack on myself, but I can Steam Rose, and Rose is currently at 5 stress, and let's give her some. Well, it will basically increase stress by 2. Yeah. So so that's one thing. So Steam packs are increasing stress. When the yeah, Weird have actually asked what happens when the stress hits maximum. Yeah, right now it's the maximum is the danger threshold, or the dangerous value, compared to the demo, in which when the stress was above 50% or whatever, it was already causing some issues. The thing that can happen when your stress level is at maximum is that the character can skip some turns because they go crazy, like they go panic, and or they can receive a negative trait. Like Rose here, she did receive already a night blind trait. Because of that, these traits are uncurable, at least for now, or of now. Yeah, Onyx mentioned that this reminds him of Pulp Fiction. I can't say that it was a direct inspiration, but yeah, this is like one of the movies that that actually leaves a mark. That's for sure. I guess that one of the characters, was it Gideon, actually has a very interesting animation of steaming when he's actually injecting the needle in his neck. And if I want to reproduce it, I need to deal some damage to him, and I know that I can simply throw a grenade at him. But Silas doesn't have any grenades, so I am going to the cheat menu and I'm spawning grenades. I am dealing damage to ourselves, and now Gideon can heal himself, and yep, he was just stabbing himself in the freaking neck, but it doesn't matter, he's better now. Alright, so now we have 3 characters which have cured some HPs. And the way that HPs are cured is, well, this is the temporary boost only. That's why I'm actually displaying the HPs on a different color. You can see that these are in orange. That is because these HPs will, like the orange XPs will expire, let's say. after the combat. And when you're in the shelter phase, assuming that that you'll be able to reach the shelter, you will have to treat them the correct way, which is not using syringes with strange red substance, but by using bottles with strange red substance, which is a healing potion, or basically something I've called medical supplies or med supplies, and formerly it was called medicaments. Was it called medicaments here? No, it was already med supplies in the latest version. Because I was using medicaments the other day and someone pointed out that there's no such word. Which wasn't entirely true, because there is such word. But yeah, med supplies, it's like, sounds more common. Alright then, I want to actually deal more damage to someone. Let's try Gideon. Let's try to make more harm to him. So that, yeah, I can just use grenades. I don't need to spawn rats. I want to make sure that his HP actually goes to 0. But there's no friendly fire here. I mean, I cannot like explicitly target an ally, but I can throw grenades at them because the area of effect attacks are not having these restrictions, obviously. Yep, and his hit points are now down to 0. Medicaments as a French word. Yeah, probably not like a direct inspiration for me. I'd say it's more of my lack of English knowledge. But yeah. All right. So now what happened is that the guy died, or almost died. Like, there is insta death in the game, but it's not like you're dying as soon as your hit points reach 0. First, there's this bleed out phase, which can be a thing. And it lasts for 4 turns. Now I'm thinking of it, it might be a good idea, and that's why I love talking to the stream, on the stream. It might be a good idea to actually change the length or modify the length of the bleed out phase based on some trait or something like that. Maybe there could be a character that has some better skills, but they only have 3 turns before they bleed out or something like that. Okay, if I don't do anything, the timer will go down and this guy will die, and I don't want that. I want to heal this guy, and how to do that? I need to approach someone to him and use the revive action. And yeah, the character can be revived only once per combat, and they receive this severely wounded trait afterwards. So let's do this. Reviving a character actually, well, surprise, surprise, revives them, grants them some hit points, and also replenishes their action points to the maximum. I believe that this is a good that is a good decision, because it gives you a very cool reward. Like, your character was already down, it was bleeding out, so it was obvious that you were in a disadvantage. And now, when you are bringing another character to your downed ally, and you're trying to revive them, you'll spend your action points on reviving them, and then you will have like 2 characters out in the open with no action points, probably surrounded by enemies, which will not be a good thing. So by making sure that a character that is becoming revived has their action points maxed out, I'm giving a very nice incentive to the player, because they will know that after they revive that character, they'll be able to like throw 2 grenades or whatever to maybe clear out the enemies. And so that's a very nice reward thing. So yeah, right now he has no green hit points. Every of them are orange. And yeah, let's pretend that we've managed to, but well, it like doesn't make sense. But let's pretend that, just to test whether this stuff works, that everyone has their HPs kind of restored. So, alright, one shot. And you can basically see that Silas here, he's not receiving any stress when I'm hitting him, right? No, he's only gaining HPs because he's like a sick guy. I believe I would need to do an episode for each of the characters. He's a sociopath, so he's gains no stress from stimpaks, and he's the only one who's able to uh, uh, manage his stress. Like other stuff that doesn't influence it. Thanks, Weird Beard Death, for the wishlist. Do remember that you can wishlist the game on GOG or on the stream on Steam as well. Whatever platform you like the most. All right, let's skip a turn, and let's hope that no enemies come my way. Well, they're coming. I can feel it, but I'm finishing this level. All right, let's heal ourselves. All right, plus 2 HP. The guy is stressed, so he will freak out in just a moment. I will just see that. All right, so everyone has their HPs at the maximum level. Obviously, some of these HPs are orange, and yeah, the hunter guy actually, yeah, all of his hit points are orange. So I'm going to the shelter right now. I need to level them up, so I will just quickly select something because I just want to focus on the health. Close, close, close. I was talking for 27 minutes already. At least, yeah. That is the time when I actually counting from, like start of the level. And all right, so we've actually made it to the shelter phase, and the game allowed me to. So we can see what happened to this, what do you call them? The hit points. They're basically all the orange hit points are gone, and this guy, he had basically no green hit points, so like zero of them. And so I had to remove all of them, but that would leave him with no hit points whatsoever. So I'm just making sure that you have at least one hit point when you enter the shelter, assuming that you are alive. So Rose here also has one hit point, but she was actually not bleeding during combat. And that's why we can actually see what the biggest difference between Rose and Gideon is that Gideon is not able to do anything for the team here because he is severely wounded. So that is what happens when you are out of hit points and they need to revive you. And yeah, I mentioned about severely wounded characters the last time. They do not contribute to the common action points pool here, right? So that's why I only have 9 of them, because every character contributes 3 times 3, you know the math, we did it the last time. So yeah, and here you can basically heal yourselves using the heal actions, using the medical supplies. So Rose will heal, maybe we'll heal Gideon first. If we don't heal him, he will basically stay severely wounded through the whole game. And let's see. Yeah, like the biggest penalty for the severely wounded is that they're not able to do anything in shelter. They're not like they don't have any other disadvantages during combat, because that would be too much. And if I kill him, he will actually stop being severely wounded, but he will still not be able to contribute because he is recovering. I believe this is a fair decision game-wise. Alright, and now if they heal themselves, I don't have any bandages because I've just skipped the can I heal Silas? Yeah, somehow. Yeah, I'd say that's better right now. Let's just skip the phase. and just start the game, and I'll just show you how the hit points look and the next level. Just to make sure that we don't lose any, I will generate more food and assign food to everyone, because otherwise they will be losing hit points. I did talk about it the last time. And because we're like in the in the middle of the map already. Hello, Mody. Nice to have you here. I'm assuming that it's Mody. It's like the Polish nickname. Uh, I'm starting a new mission, and yeah, I can see that there's a no items distribution screen being visible here. I believe I just accidentally removed it from this build. And you can see here right now that these guys are having the hit points at, well, the exact same level they were after I've healed them in the shelter. And you can see that the like the world colors have changed, because right now we're running an evening mission. So this concludes the health subject for tonight. And the gaming couch asks, or writes, I will just read it. Shardpunk looked great, and it's clear that a lot of passion has gone into the game. How much effort goes into planning and refining characters, enemies mechanics before you actually implement them into game. Yeah, the most of the effort is about the refinement thing. Like I learned it the hard way that simply planning on something is very often a waste of time, because I am just not able to process all the, or imagine all the stuff that could happen in game when a certain feature is there. So in many cases I am just sticking with the basic idea, just putting it into the game, even it might be that it won't have any graphics. I will show you an example just in a moment, and then I'm tweaking it. So like the health mechanics or the food generation mechanics, all the stuff that I was talking on the last stream, like the weapons. This is like the 20th iteration of it, and I'm starting. Well, no, I'm happy with the current one. So yeah, most of the time is actually reiterating on the stuff. That being said, I'm not working on the graphics myself, and this is what Smallbros is asking about. How many people are involved in the graphic making? There's one lead designer, graphic designer. His name is Kurt, or I hope that I'm pronouncing it correctly. Kurt, if you will hear this and I'm not, just yell at me. So yeah, he's the lead guy, and there are other people who are doing smaller pieces of work, but like far from working full time on the game. So let's say that's one person who's responsible for the graphic. I guess like one man job, I'd say. Yeah. All right, let's go to the menu then, because I want to show you. I want to play the game. I guess I will make it something as a constant thing for the for all the streams, because like the game is changing all the time. So I'll be able to give you like a quick playthrough of the game, and each time it will be slightly different. So let's try it again. But this time let's use the new character who is here, and she's Anne. Basically this is the second heavy character. Heavy in the means not of their weight, or maybe in their weight, but because they basically heavy. Like I'm pretty sure that Mycroft and Anne are the heaviest characters if you like put them on a scale, a weight scale, or whatever you call this device that measures your weight, right? Because they're carrying the biggest guns here. So let's take Anne, or yeah, and let's take Mycroft, why not? And let's take Just take the first line. So Anne is the character that I've been working on, and Kurt is busy creating graphics for her. And yeah, this is one of the work in progress characters. So she's basically having the same exosuit, or maybe a slightly better version of the exosuit as Mycroft. Mycroft's exosuit is basically old because he's an old guy who was fighting in the old wars. He has an old version of the weapon. They're basically sharing the same graphics right now, like this graphic here. This is the Mauler heavy gun, which is a different name that I used the last time. And where is she? And yeah, Anne is actually using the hammer heavy gun. The graphics here are the same, as you can see, because I still don't have the new graphics for her weapon. But it's, well, obviously, like the general design is the same, that it's like the hammer thing at the end, but the way it actually shoots and charges, it's different. We're not running sound here, but if you see how this guy shoots, it's like this. Well, yeah, and he missed. So this stuff pins here, and when she's shooting, it's actually spinning in the around the other axis, and it's like it's the newer version of the same gun. So she has a. All right, I should be playing the game. Let's go. Yeah, I guess I'll just play for like 5 minutes and we'll be wrapping this up. Let's go and drop some supplies. This is something I'm not doing when I'm just trying to show you stuff, but if we want to play this game correctly, we should. Alright, so we're moving and we're seeing whether there are some enemies around. So Anne is a character who has some nice power-ups, and yeah, we found some enemies. Four melee rats and 3 ones with the machine guns, which are the basic shooter rats. Obviously, well, Anne is in a very bad position. Do we have... Where's the 4th character? Oh, here he is. Alright, let's just move into position and see where we can go with this, because I want to show you the one of the attacks. Alright, these guys are shooting her. Please don't kill her yet. Oh shit. And alright. So yeah, Anne has less hit points because right now I've put a fragile trait on her as well. She's kind of a glass cannon thing, like glass cannon damage dealer character, I'd say, because she has, as well as Mycroft actually, but Mycroft has more hit points. They both have some interesting area of effect attacks. Like Mycroft has this ground slam thing, and she has something similar, but not necessarily. Like she has a directional slam, which works like a melee thing, but is basically she's hitting the enemy. The one that she finishes, she needs to finish her move next to the enemy, and then she slashes it or hits it with the hammer. Very similar to, oh, she's here, like the katana girl. Like, yep, she can. You pick a target, then you pick the end position of the character, and you hit it, and it actually goes and gives you, yeah, and then she has this extra ability which allows her to move and then move to the silliest location possible. And she has the possibility. I will just spawn more enemies. Fuck it, I just want to show you something, guys. She has the possibility. Yeah, you select the enemy that you want to attack, but you can see that there's also an indicator which being presented in the red, which gives you the information how many other enemies will also be involved in the shockwave and will be damaged. That is because she will be, and this is something that we don't have animation ready for, she will be slamming the gun, the hammer gun, in the enemy, and sending a shockwave, which will damage the enemies behind him. And also it will be able to damage, I can now cheat the game, to damage the or to impact even more enemies. And I just switch here. Yep. You can see that now we have two different area indicators. The yellow one and the red ones. And the enemies that will be caught in the yellow one will become stunned. So the ones on the front will become damaged and the other ones will become stunned. Now obviously this will be insta-killed, I believe, because they're pretty low level. Alright, there's no animation. It's just being done as you've seen. And now like this guy here is stunned. I'll just go here, kill all of these. I will, oh, this guy cannot do anything, and you will see that, yeah, this rat will actually not move because he was stunned and he loses a turn. So yeah, we have a stun effect in the game. Obviously no one did anything with these rats, so they will basically just kill my guys off. Alright, I'll be wrapping this up then, guys. So yeah, I don't need to share the screen. We can go to the other scene. Yep, so there you have it. We did talk about the health and how the guys actually, how the characters actually respond to being hit, and what happens if you don't heal the character. Well, I actually didn't show you what happens when you don't kill the characters. But well, spoiler, like they die, like really die, and I will just make a mental note to show you some death animations the next time. And I did show you the new character who I am busy working on for now. Well, yeah, like this and the tutorials. Like these are the basic two things that I need to finish for the game. All right, I need to shut up, and I need to finish this, right? Guys, thank you for all your questions and for all your comments. And as usually, I'll be here the next week as well. On Monday, same time, and of course there will be other streams happening on 7 p.m. They're happening from Monday to Friday. So yeah, so I do invite you to watch this as well. If you have any other questions, or you want to talk about the game, or you want to give some suggestions or whatever, do join the Discord. There's a link in the chat. You can also follow me on Twitter, or you can just wishlist the game on Steam or GOG, and then you will be notified when the new demo or any other content will be released. So yeah, thank you again for watching and for listening and for the collaboration, and we will see each other next week. Bye.